From the Frank Bick Chevrolet Studio Annex, it's Monday, January 27th. It's time again for Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal, and as always, if you're new to the show and you haven't done so yet, please get down there. Do me a favor, get down there in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button or like and share. Thank you very much. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the football yesterday. The Commanders, who just a week ago here won the turnover battle 5-0. In other words, the Lions had 5 turnovers against them in the loss last weekend, and then yesterday they turned it over 4 times. Got pasted by the Eagles, blown out, right? You might say by the Eagles, and single-handedly, Saquon Barkley had another great day. You got to ask yourself, too, even if the Lions had beaten the Commanders and the Eagles would have had to come here to play, could they have beaten the Eagles? As banged up as their defense is, I'd have to say right now I doubt it. So what would have been harder to take? That lost to at least losing to the Eagles yesterday, you knew that you would have beaten a much better team than what the Commanders are. I don't. It still hurts the Lions losing that game, but one thing for sure, I think right now we probably got the 2 best teams playing in the Super Bowl. So you're one of those 2 games yesterday, but well, maybe a little bit more about that a little bit later on. But for right now, I'll get you caught up here on what's going on locally. Michigan State having won 12 games in a row now. I'm happy for Tom Izzo at this stage of his career. Looks to me like he might have another Final Four team on his hands. They're that good. They've won 12 straight now after beating Rutgers on Saturday. They are, 17-2 overall. A perfect 8-0 in the Big Ten. They will play tomorrow night as they will host Minnesota at the Breslin Center, going for 13 in a row. Michigan, on the other hand, an embarrassing loss Friday night in West Lafayette to Purdue. They are now 6-2 overall. 6-2 in the Big Ten in 3rd place. And they are, I believe they're 14-4 overall now. Yeah, they are. So they'll try to get back on track tonight, actually. About 6:30 when they host Penn State at Chrysler. So let's hope they can win tonight. As I said before, Michigan doesn't play Michigan State until February 21st. February 21st. And then the last week of the regular Big Ten season, I believe, just prior to the tournament on February 5th. Too bad they don't play any sooner than that. But, boy, that was an embarrassing. I think at one point Friday night, the Wolverines trailed by as many as 40 points. I didn't even watch. The final score was irrelevant. Didn't really matter. Rest assured that they simply got blown out of the building. It was embarrassing, humiliating. Purdue was good, but I don't think they're that good. It's not this year anyway. Red Wings, 23-21-5. That's good for 51 points in the Atlantic Division of the NHL. They're playing the Kings tonight at Little Caesars. As I've said before, there's not a lot of disparity in that Atlantic Division between 3rd and 7th place. Wings are in 7th place right now at 51 points. You've got 2 teams, Ottawa and Boston, tied for 3rd with 56 points. They're all pretty much bunched up right in the middle of that Atlantic Division right now. So a win tonight over the Kings, and the Wings would be just 3 points out of 3rd. That's how closely bunched up they all are there. So, Toronto and Florida are rather pretty much in a 2-team race for the top spot. Then you've got everybody else. Pistons played tonight in Cleveland. They lost in Orlando the other night. The Cavaliers have come down to earth a little bit. What are they now? 16-9 So they're, and you knew that they wouldn't be able to keep the pace up that they've been playing at. Do the Pistons have a chance to win tonight? Let's see, they're 2 games out of 5th place, 2 games behind the Pacers. What are they right now? I should have checked that record. Here, I've got it right here. Hang on just a second. Pistons right now are 23-22. Like I said, the Cavaliers are 36-9. 2 games behind 5th place Indiana in that in the NBA Eastern Division. So, as far as the thank you. Hang on just a second here. As far as the Tigers' pursuit of Alex Bregman, it seems to take a different turn every day. Tarek Skubal, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, when accepting his award the other day, made it known that he would like to see Bregman as a Tiger. And there still appears to be, looks like Houston might be back in this thing because, well, look, the Astros pretty much had parted ways with Bregman at the end of the year. They went out and made a trade for Isaac Paredes to play third base. They signed Christian Walker to a free agent, $60 million contract to play first base. They did just trade one of their top release pitchers in Jim Presley to the Cubs to free up some money, but where would Bregman play? The only option they would have would be to move Jose Altuve, their second baseman, to the outfield. He doesn't seem too keen on doing that. In fact, the owner, the Astros owner over the weekend at Astrofest, if you will, was asked about it. He said the door is still cracked open yet for him to come back. But he made it sound like the odds of him coming back were still slim. So we'll see where that goes. But right now, it still looks like it's the Astros. I think the Cubs are out of the running. It looks like maybe the Astros, the Red Sox, and the Tigers right now. I don't think the Blue Jays are involved now that they signed Santander last week. Apparently, it's been reported that the Tigers have offered him a 6-year contract. Obviously, the sticking point right now is the money. It's too bad Mike Ilitch isn't still around yet, because if he were, he'd simply pick up the phone and call Scott Harris, call Tiger President Scott Harris and General Manager Jeff Greenberg and ask these guys, how much is it going to take to get this deal done before we get to spring training? This could go on for another month yet. A lot is up to Bregman, too. If he's going to put pressure on his agent, Scott Boras, tell him, look, we're about ready to go to spring training here, and camps are opening up. Well, let's get something done here. They're going to have to come off their demands of a 7-year, $200 million deal, because they're not going to get that. All right, before we get to the Lion coaching carousel here, let me take a swig of water before I do anything else here. It is water. I'm assuming you've already done so by now, but if you have any issues with your vehicle due to the winter weather, whatever it is, you need to get to the service department at Frank Beck Chevrolet and make an appointment to make sure that your vehicle is ready for the rest of the winter weather ahead. You get in there and let them check the strength of your battery, your belts and hoses, wiper blades, antifreeze, and more. Plus, now is the perfect time to get that new set of tires so you don't go slipping and sliding down the highway. And if you don't think your car will make it through another rough Michigan winter, let the sales pros at Beck's help you find the vehicle for all seasons. The 2025s are rolling in nearly every day out of the lot right now, so their selection is tops. You check out their inventory, check out their selection. You can check out their selection on their webpage at frankbeckchevy.com. And stop by the dealership on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Let them help you experience the Frank Beck difference. And not only that, I neglected to say this. The 2025s are rolling in right now nearly every day out of the lot. So their selection, it really is top. Don't forget to get to their webpage at frankbeckchevy.com. Or better yet, stop by the dealership on N99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. And you get in there and talk to one of the salesmen, and they will help you experience the Frank Beck difference. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied there. I didn't left out a sentence. Not only that, I left out Miggy here. Get in here, Miggy. Can't do a show without you, man. You've got until Friday, the 31st, January 31st, to take advantage of Beckathon. Not Buckathon, but Beckathon. Well, what's that all about? During the month of January at Frank Beck Chevrolet, you can get an extra $1,000 dealer cash on all remaining new 2024 models in stock. Repeat that. An extra $1,000 dealer cash on all remaining 2024 models in stock. Or better still, you can get an extra $3,000 dealer cash on all select used vehicles in stock. You want to get in there and talk to one of the salesmen, they'll give you all the details on this. You give them a call at 517-849-2886. Like I said, you've got until Friday, the 31st, to take advantage of this. So don't delay. Get in there right now. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Chevy drives Southern Michigan. Frank Beck Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealer in the tri-state area. As far as the Lions coaching carousel goes, if you haven't heard by now, linebackers coach Kelvin Shepard has been promoted to defensive coordinator. And in fact, he was quoted as saying afterwards, he felt blessed and thankful to get this opportunity with the Lions. It was about 3 years ago that he joined the staff. And in talking to head coach Dan Campbell, he said, well, I'll go out and get a haircut. Campbell said, no, don't you dare. I want you just the way you are right now. You don't have to do anything. Just be yourself. Sean Dion Hamilton. And look, Shepard, it's no secret. Aaron Glenn had been grooming him all year to be his successor. So you can pretty much see that coming. Sean Dion Hamilton has been promoted to the new from within. He's now the Lions' new linebacker coach. They brought in Casey Rogers. That's a name you might not be familiar with. He's from Tampa Bay. He was their defensive line coach down there and their run game coordinator. He will be the Lions' new defensive line coach. Mark Brunell will stay as the Lions' new quarterback coach. Hank Fraley, the good news, is staying. He had a couple interviews with the Seahawks to become their new offensive coordinator. Hank Fraley stays, and he will not just be the offensive line coach. He will be the run game coordinator now. JT Barrett is gone. Antoine Randall is gone. That's not the end of it, too, later. And we've got more news coming up on that. Lions have interviewed both John Morton. The Lions have interviewed John Morton. He comes from Denver. He was the Broncos passing game coordinator. He was also on Lions staff in 2022 when he was the senior offensive assistant. John Morton from the Broncos. Looks like he's going to be the new offensive coordinator. He was given a lot of credit when he was here in 2022 for the maturation and the growth of Jared Goff and this Lions system. And it looks like it's a done deal. It's not official yet, but the Lions' new offensive coordinator looks like he will be a Crown. He will get the job. Looks like he's already got it, but they haven't announced it. It's not official yet. But like I said, he spent the last 2 years with the Broncos, where he was their passing game coordinator. And it looks like a done deal. So congratulations to him. Watching those games yesterday, have you got you caught up on the Lions coaching carousel? I think we do. Look, watching those games yesterday, what did those four teams have in common? a quarterback, a mobile quarterback who could improvise and make plays on his own. Well, especially watching Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. In his press conference last week, Brad Holmes still says they have all the faith in Jared Goff. He's their guy moving forward. I'm not so sure about that. Really not. One thing I think about that offensive line, I think you'll have two new starting guards next year, Christian Mahogany and Giovanni Manu. Holmes mentioned in his presser last week how pleased they were with the progress Manu has made under the tutelage of Hank Fraley. So, and of course, I think Fraley's wife may have had a lot to do with his decision to stay here too. They love Detroit. She made it pretty well known that they really do like this area. I don't think they wanted to go anywhere. Anyway, glad to see Hank Fraley staying around. So is Frank right now. He's got to be the happiest guy in the world right now. Before we go, as you know, I wouldn't be doing this podcast without the assistance and technical knowledge of a fellow by the name of Tim Lindley, Lendley at Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale. The place to go for all your technical needs, whatever the issue is. This is the guy you want to see. Computers, new or used. Maybe the computer you have now needs a little work done on it. Flat screen TVs, mounting, programming setup. Maybe you're getting a new internet provider. Printers, new or used, anything at all. Get in there and see Tim. He's at 37 Waldron Street in downtown Hillsdale, across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive, a couple hundred feet west of Howell. Please get in there and see him, because that's the only person you want to see in our area. No one knows more than this guy does. Not only that, he's probably the nicest man you're ever going to want to meet. 517-610-5372. Or better still, like I said, get in there and see him at 37 Waldron Street in downtown Hillsdale. And when you do, tell him me and Mickey sent you. That's going to do it for us tonight. Like I said, the Wolverines are in action tonight. Michigan State tomorrow night. Both the Pistons and Red Wings are playing tonight. So it looks like a fairly active night locally here on the sports scene. We'll talk to you all again on Wednesday. Until then, don't forget the Timeout Overtime Show with Andy and Jed every Saturday morning here locally at WCSR from 9 to 10. So until then, as I say always, have a good rest of your evening. And remember to treat each other with respect. And as always, thanks for watching. So long, everybody. And like I always say, I appreciate you so much for watching. I can't thank you enough. So take care. Talk to you Wednesday. So